Good evening. My name is DeCarlo Sweeting, and my co-host for the day is
George Missick.
George. What's going on, man? How's everybody doing?
I trying to stay a little warmer than you look like, but
Boy, boy, a little hot around here. Yeah, the
boy,
cold, that cold sneaking up on us.
yeah,
See,
that's blessings, man. Y'all need a little bit of cold. About to get hot soon.
I thought rain was blessings.
Well, a little bit of cold. You need some snow, but
Some
y'all
what?
be all right.
Snow.
You look like you prepared with the dress, so you'll be good.
Yeah, I can be all right. I can be good. But I got some news, man. We gotta talk some news. We gotta let's get to
Let's
the big.
get into it.
Let's go. Okay, right now as we speak, sorry, as we speak, the cabinet is in Grand Bahama as we speak, and they have made some announcements for Grand Bahama. Now
Hmm.
we have had plenty announcements made in Grand Bahama, and we didn't know it could go either way. But these that seem to be a bit true. And when I say true, I can list them off now. The most important one is the first one out the gate is the Bahamas government has purchased 51. I can't even
Hmm.
I can barely say it. I can't believe it. 51% of Grand Bahama Power from Emera Power Company. Now, what does this mean? This is something serious. This is the government now has purchased 51% and has pledged that they will drop rates and have unilateral rates straight across the Bahamas. First time this will ever happen. So
Hmm.
what light bill is in Nassau will be here in Freeport. What it is in Abaco will be in Inagua, and so on and so on and so on. I can't believe it. You ain't gotta believe it, but right now it's true. The Bahamas government has purchased, that's right, Grand Bahama Power. What you think about this, Judge?
um, I don't know. Comes as a bit of a surprise, and because it's surprising, I wonder if there was any consultation or whether there was anything on this. Because again, people like to trick you with this cheaper rate business, but you know, our power in Grand Bahama is to stay on. See, I think it's a little bit more reliable in some of these places. So, what are we getting? What are we actually getting? What is the government's plan? They're going to be involved with, running the company. Like what? So to me, the devil is always in the details. I don't like news flashes and these grand announcements without, looking at the fine details to see exactly what it is I'm getting. Because people like say you're 6 for 9 now, so you have to be very very careful, especially I don't want to say especially with this government, but with any government. But there's this you like to say your boy is slick, and right now our theme the past several weeks from last year has been time things getting close, and these announcements coming pretty fast. They coming pretty quick. Um, you know, I don't like the timing of this. I don't like the timing of some of these last minute rush plays because again these are the type of things we can make announcements and say, hey, you really have time to really work out the details or rush. Is this rush? If it was in the makings for some time, no, everyone should not have been surprised as I am, and some people are of this announcement. So, yeah, I want to hear a bit more of this before I really comment on it. But I don't like kind of the optics of it, and I would really like to know whether it has blindsided a lot of people, because this is something that need not. if this was carefully thought of and planned and whatnot and in the best interest, I don't know why it should have been a secret that this is what they were intending to do.
Um, what could I say? I when you reminded me of the blackouts that they have in Nassau, that's just then I got scared. I like, hey, look, that's true. We don't have those type of blackouts and things like that.
Load
It,
sharing and all.
uh, now you got me thinking. Now, hold on. What's going on? Yeah, this gotta think about this now. This ain't for everybody. This is something you gotta really think about. Um,
Yeah.
it's something that I feel. See, I hate to say these things, but governments, and I'm gonna say governments. I'm just not gonna say this president. When it's time for election, all kind of tricks and prizes coming out the hat. All kind
Yep.
of things you all want to do now because you all and it's look bad. And when I say look,
Yeah.
it look bad that now that election close, you want to do something for me. Now that I have a chance to leave you, you want to try woo me. When I was home in the house by myself all the time, say, please stay home with me, please stay. Show me some attention. Love me. Now that you know I'm getting ready to leave you, you could do all these things for me.
Mm.
Now you know how to take me out for dinner, buy me all kind of things. I don't feel that right now is the time, but what can I say? This our government is do things. And it's sad that today that they're doing things that make us look like we deserve these things, but look like we only deserve these things in the last minute. And I feel insulted. And I just tired of this, man. I'm tired. I want us to be thought of all the time. If you got something to do, let's do it. And to add to this, they say that they have signed a contract with the Polycon Construction Company to begin work on the Grand Bahama International Airport. Polycon has now
Mm.
contracted Bahamas mix, hot mix, and they will
Mm.
begin work on the ground, like they said, immediately.
Mm.
See, here we go
You
again.
know.
Uh, uh,
And
Go
yeah,
ahead.
I don't like it, Carlo, because like I said, my thing is if you had the blanket inside in the cold and you let me freeze for the past 4.5 years. And now, like you said, time to renew that contract or them vows. Now you come in, oh yeah, boy, you got a nice enough warm blanket for you. Yeah, yeah. You getting it first thing in the morning, right? Like you, like no. What's the question? We've been asking this question. What the hell has been taking so long with this airport contract? They make the announcement, must be the foot, right? How long the hurricanes, right? So this been up. Why now? Why is there this just crossed someone's desk? It just became urgent. It really looked like y'all playing games. You people laughing in your face, like, all right, we can save this for them for the last. We can do it now, But either you can do it or there's some last minute hitch up thing. Boy, we look like we need a little buffer or some insurance policy. So let's drop this on them now. And once we do this, boom. What's next week? Or whatever you start to hear some announcements coming down the pipeline. No.
I am just disappointed in the same game, the same trick that they played on my grandmother them. And you really think, and I know people out there say, oh, you ungrateful. Oh, you this. Oh, you that. I'm ungrateful because from Francis and Jean, and I want to carry you all back. And I know a lot of people who saying that either you're PLP or you ain't from Grand Bahama. We done been through it all. We've been promised it all. These are what, 20 something years, George?
Yep.
How long you can lie to me for 20 something years, man? And I just like I say, don't get excited, PLPs, don't get excited, F&Ms. I talking to two of you. Or two
Yep.
of y'all put us in this situation where a deal could not be brokered for one, when there was the princess, you couldn't do nothing with that. Now you can't even see those buildings no more. Now we got
Nope.
into another hotel that you got a broker, and none of y'all could do the deal. You lose the airport. You couldn't do the airport. This now September can make 5 years. You ain't do nothing in 4.5 years. Now you
Yeah.
can tell me they going to start the I don't even know what they going to start cleaning up the air. They start scraping up the airport because
Yeah.
airport
Yeah.
can be ready time to sting them.
No. 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 Because we're trying to get the contract for 5 more years. We can start it now, and I mean,
And,
boy.
and this what insults me. This
Yeah.
what and listen to people out there listening. This is not an FNM or PLP thing because our two have done the same thing. Y'all have to do better. When I was in school, you know what they used to tell me? Oh, Carlo, we can give you homework. Your best thing to do when you get home, do all your homework so you can have the rest of the weekend to play. Instead of on Sunday night, trying to jam up all that homework trying to do at one time, messing
Mm,
it up because you're rushing it and you ain't know how important this one is more than this one, and you just lost. And that's what they do. They say we got short memory. I ain't got short memory. I can
not
remember.
that.
I can remember when they opened up Walter Parker, and I was glad that I had to go way up to Hawksville. I got memory. I can remember. I can remember the princess when I could have gone to John B. after Dingham and go out there and have a good time. I can remember.
Mhm.
I can remember going into International Bazaar, and I know you remember this when Bucks, Intercity, and all them other record stores used to be in there.
Yep.
I remember that. I remember going in Colombian Emerald and the part where they used to sell the nice bags and things, and the pretty girls would used to go in there. We could have go in there, cut up with them, and don't buy nothing. I can remember these things, so do not put it on me to tell me if you come in there in year one and you could do something, I ain't remember. I remember when Braves them come in, get rid of all that low lying fruit. Open up
Yeah.
the Bahamas. Come, let's go. I can remember that. I can remember when you drop VAT down to 10% and put it on everything. I can remember that.
Yep.
All these things I can remember. Do not play me for a fool. So if you could do something in the first year, do it. If you could
Yep.
do something in the second year, do it. Stop playing with people. These people livelihood. They go on there. Alukaya had big body, big breakdown. All them straw vendors, them there, happy, happy, happy. Oh, hallelujah. And now you can come down here talking about the day the airport going go construction going go start. And we ain't know what phase of the construction going go start.
No. 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 Yeah. No.
So
Ah, boy. And like you say, what people will remember, they get jail for the past 1.5 years,
I
right?
ain't said that yet.
You can't forget that. So, I mean, yeah.
I, I, and to tell you how much I remember, this government say they can bring back in. They got
Mhm.
investors who ready to invest $1.65 billion. They done put down $2 million. They ready to start again.
Let's start on the Barry Christie. Must be the first term they bring in to us.
You know, I know you watch much TV, but all the TV shows now, all the movies they bringing back was things from the past.
Yep.
They redoing them. It's the
Yeah,
same
remake.
old stuff. You ain't got nothing new. I didn't watch this before. They remake some movie. Like, hold on, now they got that. When I used to
Yeah.
watch, now they doing the same thing, getting
Some,
old stuff, remaking it.
but like you said, there's so much disrespect and so much disregard for Grand Bahamians that even if you had the same gain people, you can't come back and call again. Right? I mean, call it something else. Call it timber. I mean, you can't come back with the same. Those things left a bad sour taste in people's mouth. Like you say, don't try to repackage, rebrand it. You know, when they have them clubs and you have shooting and something bad happen, you know, they open it back up after 6 months, a year. You come back out in the grand opening, new name, you
Mhm.
change up the layout and different things. You know, new management, but you can't come with the same thing that.
Take care.
I mean,
It's a
oh man,
blatant disrespectful they are to us.
oh man, yeah, no, you can't do that, man. Even as criminals commit a crime, they go change the name. You gotta come back. You have to rebrand yourself, man. We can't.
So that's the government. There are big moves that they came down to have cabinet in Grand Bahama, and they're big
Yeah,
announcements.
yeah, boy, and boy, they like these grand announcements and grand signings, and they just do it big when they do that now.
Yeah. But I done been there, done that. You gotta show me the proof, man. I can't
And y'all still be jumping up and down. Like, hey man,
I can't do it, George. When they
hmm,
had that big thing at Alukaya, and I couldn't do it then, and I ain't gonna do it
yep.
now.
And ain't nothing else happened to all the guys.
Nope. But we going to take a commercial break, and we can let the F and them talk what ain't happened in those in Alukaya. We'll be right back.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jason.
And I'm Cheryl. Join us here on Superior Talk Bahamas YouTube channel every Tuesday at 6 for Let's Talk.
Where we talk about issues that matter to you. We try to come up with workable, practical solutions so we have more action and less talk.
See you on Tuesday.
Was collected, show the proof. If the money was not collected, tell the truth. This property is too important to be treated like a political prop. PLP promised that phase one, including the domestic terminal and U.S. pre-clearance, would be completed by April of 2025. Well, here we are in 2026 with no groundbreaking, no visible work. Behind this building are real people. Workers who missed paychecks, families who fell behind on rent and light bill, men and women who did everything right, showed up to work, but were left in limbo while the government drags its feet and refuses to tell the truth. The Prime Minister is scheduled to deliver an address here in Grand Bahama this week, and we all know why. A general election is coming. The Grand Lucayan has stalled. The airport has stalled. And nothing meaningful has moved in Grand Bahama. People have been left to wonder what is really going on. Now suddenly, we are supposed to believe that the speech he will deliver, like the party he had here announcing the heads of agreement signing, we're supposed to believe that this is a measure of progress. A speech is not progress. A press event for the PLP is not progress. A cabinet trip alone is not progress. Progress is jobs. Progress is investment. Investments you can see and feel.
So that's the leader of the opposition, Michael Pintard, and the FNM at the Alukaya Hotel, where they mentioned a lot of things that we just mentioned earlier, and also how the employees at Alukaya are still waiting on their payments. It just ain't looking and sounding good. But I just have a problem. What the F&M solution is to this? What plans you all got? Because what I noticed with them, and when I say them, I mean the PLP and the F&M. The minute the PLP start talking, or the minute the F&M say something with the PLP, they look at them and say, "Oh, how you could talk? You was in government, and when y'all do this and that, y'all ain't do nothing."
Mm-hmm.
And I keep looking at the PLP, and I say to them, "You know that's why we fire them, right? You know that's why we ain't want them here, right? We didn't
Right.
know they wasn't doing nothing. Now you come here and don't want to do nothing either. And to them, this always remind me. I know you watch football like that, right? But if you the PLP, they running down the field, they got the ball, and they was doing good. That's how they start off. They turn.
Yeah.
They was doing good. They get rid of all the low lying fruit. Did a wonderful job. So he's like the wide receiver running down, going to get the touchdown, and halfway there, the F&M come, knock it out of the hand, and the ball fumble. So now the PLP fumble the ball. When I say they fumble, the last 2 years of the PLP term, they fumbled. All the things they said they was going to do, they couldn't bring to life. This for grandmama now. I ain't talking about no places. They couldn't bring to life. So now the ball getting kicked down the road, and the F of them have an opportunity to pick up the ball and go the next way. But what do? They pick up the ball and they fumble it too and gone out of bounds. And when they gone out of bounds, you know what has happened? The last team who really had possession of the ball get to keep the ball, and that would be the PLP. And that's what can happen in this election. Because the F&M has not shown themselves to be a real opposition. And this only from my point of view. And when I say opposition, meaning that when I oppose something, and I always remember this from one of my mentors in BTC, he told me, DiCarlo, when you come to me with a problem, come with me with the solution. Don't just come crying. You ain't 2 years old, you ain't 3 years old. Come to me with a solution. The F&M, cry, but I hear no solution. You want me to put you in because the PLP doing bad behavior? I can't do that. Much people can't do that. It ain't feel right. I need to move them because I can get better. If you ain't gonna do better, then I might as well stay where I is. I ain't got time to go inky up my finger and all that foolishness. I might as well stay home and let the chips fall waiting me. Because you ain't tell me you can do better, and you ain't got no plans. You ain't telling me nothing yet. How you can do better? What say ye, George?
I have to agree with you in that I have not heard any plans. We all know, like you said, what they haven't done because it just hasn't happened. But in the same token, we know, like you said, you had the ball before that, right? And I think it was the F&M who bought the airport per dollar. Sold
F&M.
it. The F&M, yeah, right. So we and again, they put back some of the same faces. They recycle. I mean, you're not even coming back to me and say, boy, we got a clear routine with vision. We had to sideline some of them jokers from last time, right? We bring the same jokers back to you who couldn't fix the problem, who caused some of the problem the first time around, and say, okay, they had it, give it back to us now. Let us run with the ball again. Let us get in those cushy chairs, get the government right, travel about. Let's sell your dreams for another 5 years again. I mean, we always say this: anybody who has failed Grand Bahama, who has failed the Bahamas, should be banned, disqualified from running for office again. We only want success stories. You have a track record. So if you've been in government before, if you think of you need to come to the people, particularly these ministers and stuff, and say exactly how when you had the job you made the life better. What did you do? And clearly, again, what could anybody point to really in Grand Bahama in the last 20 years to say they did something, move Grand Bahama from point A to point B? So to me, a lot of these repeat MPs and ministers and whatever that they non-starters. They non-starters with me because and they're banking on, like you said, the fact that the government every 5 years has been changing, right? So yeah, your time, my time, you do buy.
Yeah, that's what they usually say. And they expect us to just accept it, or they accept the flip flop to continue. They want the flip flop to always go on because once the flip flop go on, they always have a chance. They always have a chance at the government. But even us as a people, we got to do better. I know y'all don't like the COI, and I know y'all don't like some of them independents out there, but sometimes you got to mix it up so these bodies know we ain't playing with them. See, they didn't catch on to the trick that, hey, this year, this term for you, next term for me. This term for you, next term for me. Then they catch on to that. So they think that they ain't got to do nothing to get this job because you can automatically give them this job. But we got to sit down and say, okay, does the COI really look that bad? Is the COI really that bad? I know. But we got to sit down and do something different in order for these people to come in and take us for granted because they know they flip flopping back and forth, back and forth. This turn for you, this turn for me. You're back, George.
Yeah. I thought that was you. That's me. Okay. I thought that was the new Grand Bahama Port Authority thing.
No, 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 no,
Oh,
no.
okay. Yeah, that ain't kicking yet. Okay,
No,
my
that
bad.
ain't thing yet. And I pray they don't take none of them BPL ways and bring that over here in Grand Bahama. No, sir. We ain't want that.
Boy.
But back to the F&M and them complaining about what all happened and how the PLP is a no-show. They ain't do nothing. They ain't do this and that. You feel that the F&M could do any better at this time?
I don't think they're gonna. I If that's the game plan this time, I really don't think that strategy is going to work. I don't think that strategy, unfortunately, will work this time because, like I said, in the far back, you have the COI those crying, complaining, saying the same thing. Listen, none of these parties have really all both of them have failed you, right? Have made you proud and done what they said they're gonna do. So I think voters will really have to look and see how will my life get better, not just in Grand Bahama, but on the whole. What is this other party saying? What are they doing? And my problem, what concerns me, is they seem to be always a little step back, couple steps behind. So the PLP come in the Grand Bomb, they run out quick, round up couple people, went down good with the little talking points, say some loud, right? But no one really listening to this at that point because again, we're more interested in hearing about the power, the what although it's probably foolishness and they selling us a dream, at least there's a dream, right? Like we interested more in hearing that for you saying, oh well they just running here now and what, right? At that point, you too late. You supposed to be out there long time crying, complaining how they haven't done any of these things. So by the time they come out, you don't have to. You need to go. I tell you, that was coming, right? Right? So I think they're behind the eight ball a little bit on that, and all this last minute selection process and kind of the mess with minutes and this one didn't run and the lot.
Yeah.
It just seems to be a little sloppy management of some things
I can want
that.
to talk with that right after you come from this commercial break because that's another foolishness altogether. I don't even know what's going on with that, but let's take this quick commercial break and we can get back to that point.
Yo, what's up, Bahamas? My name is Andrew Williams, aka Cat,
And I'm your boy Mix.
and we're representing Off the Bench, the number one talk sportcast in the Bahamas.
In the world, my boy.
My bad partner. So
Yeah.
we cover anything sports throughout the Bahamas. We cover our Bahamian athletes wherever they are, and they're making waves in sports. We cover them.
Hey, just tune in to us every Wednesday here on Superior Talk at 6 o'clock p.m.
The number
Sharp.
the number one talk show
In the world, Craig.
And we're back. I never seen nothing like this in my whole life, George. We are a couple months away from the general election, and everybody got they slate candidates ready, except for the COI. The COI ready. I don't know how the COI get ready, but the COI ready. The F&M ain't called all their people yet. The PLP ain't called all their people yet. What sloppiness is going on there? Why it take y'all so long to say who running? And for you and my in my constituency right now, I don't know. Let's say who it is, Pine Ridge.
Yeah.
And Pine Ridge right now we know Ginger Moxie and Michael Pine. I wish I could have voted for Michael Pine. I'd have voted for Michael Pine. But the F&M ain't say who running. And there's plenty other constituencies just like this. They fumbling around like they ain't know what they doing. Like, oh,
Yeah.
I surprise you. Oh, wait, this can be a big surprise. No, it ain't gonna be no big surprise because whoever you bring I might even like. And
Hmm.
as a candidate, if you come to me at the last minute and say, okay, now you could go in your constituency and work, you give me limited time to do anything. How am I supposed to prove to these people I can do this, I can prove that, especially if you ain't give me no money. If you send me out there with plenty of money, I could do a
Yeah.
sabat on you and just say, hey, let's go. But if I ain't got no money, I can't do nothing. Especially if I ain't gonna be government. If we are not gonna be government, you know how difficult it is for someone to go into a constituency and say, I want you to vote for me, although my party ain't gonna win. But I could do so much for you if you allow me to be your representative in the House of Assembly. How that's supposed to happen? When that's supposed to happen? It's not gonna happen. And I feel bad for anybody. It's like what when Hubert Alexander Menace called a snap election. You can imagine all them other people there, and they now got a scrap round for to go find how to do this work. Because now I was telling them how Hubert Menace gonna call a snap election. He ain't telling people in the party. Now they gotta go scramble around to hurry up, put something together to say vote for me, vote for me. And you wonder why they get beat so bad? Y'all really got us for low fence. They got
Hmm.
David in checking for us, man. Whatever we give you, you take. Don't get mixed up in all of that.
Yeah.
Don't worry, but when I bring them to you, you just take them and let's go about our business. Don't worry about none of that. And that's how I
Yeah.
feel. What say
Yeah.
ye?
It it looks it looks a hot mess. Particularly like you say for the opposition, like you said, to have 5 years sitting out there. The fact that you don't have a candidate, the optics on that look bad because one, it look like nobody want to sign up with you all. If you could give that. Two, because of the stuff with leadership issues and the fighting of who will run, it looks like you can't make no decisions, right? Like you, you don't like it. There's no worthy person, there's no one hot up for this because the candidate one, you want someone who is passionate and the PLB them fighting now, so about for those seats, right? So you have a long line, some people in their feelings, right? So you should at least have, as the opposition, some good, strong candidates, some passionate people, some people who've been out the community, and they could have their candidates a year ago. You should have put
Exactly.
actually had them about a year ago, put them out as the candidate you have running about a year ago, and let them start to acclimate themselves, like you say, get known, highlight them, showcase them, take them around with you, teach them how to go door to door, right? So they're supposed to be in training from that time as to don't just throw someone up now. You start up on rally, you throw a novice up on stage. They're all awkward. They don't know how to act. There's a whole new experience. But that's what you call by election when they have to grab a couple of candidates. You're supposed to be ready. And the thing is, when you're not ready for this thing, for things like this, it comes across as you're definitely not ready to govern the country.
Exactly.
And so it looks a lot worse on the opposition, the Majesty's opposition, to be caught with their pants down at this crucial stage. It looks sloppy for Iron. I think they're still trying to fill Iron Loose
They
seat
they
for.
they already call
They
I
call some
cannot,
names.
they already have it. They already have
Okay,
a lady. Jess was looking at her the other day. Oh boy. The
yeah,
Russell
don't worry about it. It ain't important, but
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 she can win it no matter what. It's a Russell girl. I can't remember her first name.
oh, okay, okay. Yeah, but these things need to be in place, and you need to have some excitement and everything else around the party by now. You can't be like you still scrambling, coming down the stretch like this. It doesn't look good. Like you say, if the COI already beat you to the deal, the
Yeah.
PLP, they could always say, hey, we've been busy running the government, or it also almost look like so much people fighting for this, right? Like this coming down to the wire type thing, right? Let them talk it out. So they look a little better in their mess in terms of getting
Do
their
they?
candidate. Huh?
Because do
They
they?
they
Because
look they look a little bit better because, like I said, they don't have, they could say in theory he running busy running the country, right? And the thing is he have the advantage anyway because he know when he's the one who call it, so he could wait until he ready to. He knows, right? He don't have to call until he get his candidates. The F&M should have been ready for anything by now. He could have called this from last year, and they really would have been in trouble. That's why I said it looks bad because I know when I'm going to call it. And hell, I'm not going to call it when I ain't ready. I can push this to the end, right? So
I look at it like this: the F&M, and something what you said, the F&M ain't got good enough candidates. That's why they scrapping around. The PLP, they fighting one another for these candidacy, and Brave can't make a decision. Now, how they tell me is that if you want to use an excuse, Brave running the country, they say the constituency people to pick these people. So
that's
that
what they
should
say.
have
Yeah.
nothing to do with Brave running the country. He should be
Right.
able, the constituent people say, this would we bring to you, yay or nay, and let's move on.
Yeah.
Brave them can't make a decision on these people. I hear what the fella name, Clint Watson, and what the boy name, oh Lord, think I'm son. They fighting for certain shores, and all of their representatives, when they go into the place, they almost come to blows. They fight, they literally fighting.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
I don't believe that. I once again, George, they got us for low fence. That's all. That's all. They ain't got whatever we bring to y'all. Y'all shut up and y'all take it. When we bring it to y'all, shut up and take it and vote for me. And once again, the F&M keep dropping the ball because they're focused. Like you say, from last year, your slate of candidates should have been out hitting the road hard. Whenever
Yep.
Brave one call it, we ready. Yeah,
Yep.
hoping and praying that we ready. Call it today, call it tomorrow. We
Yep.
ready. And they sitting around there twiddling their thumbs. Ain't got
Scrambling.
all the candidates out yet. Come on, man.
Scrambling.
Stop this, man. Let's do this, man.
They actually have to be praying. Brave don't call it right
Yeah.
now because they're not ready.
You can't have no one holding you hostage like this, man, George. Oh
No,
man,
no, no.
everybody know better than that. And this is scare me when it comes to leadership and when people are doing things like this. Are
Yeah.
you really ready? Huh? Are you really ready?
Well, it's even worse when you saying like I don't want certain people. You can't find candidates and you firing people. You gonna throw minutes in Freeport. At least give him one. Give him one seat to run in. Like you know.
The lady
You only got
in Central Grand Bahama who's running for the F&M is Frazier Gibson. I know where I get Russell from. But anyway, it's Frazier
okay, yeah.
Gibson. And don't know why she can win that. That's a F&M stronghold seat.
Mm.
They putting back Kenneth, not Kenneth Russell, but the guy, the Russell guy named from the Union. They running him back again, so I guess they can give him a little something for participating. You know, in America they give a medal.
Who,
Thanks for participating.
who
And
running him? The PLP.
the PLP, he lost last election,
Okay.
and they sent him back again, and they do the same thing with James Turner in East Grand Bahama. Once again, he can get a ribbon for participating, and I guess they just give up on them. See, they ain't make no sense. But I'm really interested in that Pine Ridge seat because last election, I think, what the woman, why can't blank today? What the woman named who in Pine Ridge? Ginger Moxie only win that by 200 something votes over Michael Pine.
Mm-hmm.
And the other part, the F&M wasn't even in that race. Michael Pine gave her a better race than the F&M. That said a lot.
Really?
Yeah,
He got more votes than the F&M?
he got more votes than the F&M.
Who
Ginger,
did the F&M run?
the Boodle guy.
Okay, okay.
But
Wow.
I want to see that race. I got 3 races I'm looking at: Kalani, Fox Hill, and Pine Ridge. I
Yeah.
gotta see Dr. Fox and Fred go at it. I got to, every time I think about them, I have to laugh. I got to see Hubert Menace
Yes.
go against the machinery of the F&M and how that can turn out. Because the PLP think they slick in that one. they gonna let the FNM and PLP beat up on the FNM
Yeah,
and Menace beat up on one another, and they
of
can
course.
pick up whatever left over.
Yep.
And
Which should give them the seat because if the FNM split votes, right? I don't know how you make up that gap because a lot of these seats generally don't be that far apart, right? So
right,
if the PLPs, all the PLPs who in that constituency vote PLP, and some FNMs for minutes and some for I see that as that's why I say I think it's suicide as a leader not to be able to mediate some sort of agreement to not have a former leader of the party, your past prime minister running against. That's madness, right? Against and the thing it is, it's not fair to Michaela Barnett because I think she is one of the young bright sparks of the FNM as well, right? So I think you put her in another seat with not that bunch of foolishness with minutes on it. She probably gets in easy, wins a seat for the FNM. But you putting her here, her first introduction to the politics of front to running is have to face go into this nasty fight with the former prime minister, and then I still have to fight the PLP. So you fighting two, you you know that's not a enviable position to be in. But yeah, you have it. I really think a sign of a good leader would have been to resolve that, right? Either strike some backdoor deal with Minutes if you truly want him out, right? Or if you truly couldn't get him out, okay, you know what? We don't want that smoke. He still got a good bit of people. Bring it in. It's going to be embarrassing for him as a leader to run this or whatever. Let's put her over here. There's other seats you could give her. She never had no seat before. But to have this type of, I guess, vitriol or whatever for Minutes that the party can't afford, I don't think could have afford this fraction. This isn't that election where you prize to win by a big landslide. The PLP did so bad and whatever, and you think you're gonna win anyway. So yeah, we don't mind losing a seat. You want to try win as everything that you possibly can, and I think that will come back to haunt them in this election.
I ain't gonna take a commercial break, and I want to stick right here on what you saying because this what you saying ties into our question of the day, and our question of the day is how old is too old? And sometimes these people gotta learn, hey, okay, that's it. That's it. But we're gonna take a commercial break and we can be right back.
You asked and I delivered. Island Ish is back. The podcast you guys have known to love, to like to call in, to like to interact with. We are officially back. For the ones that don't know me, this is your girl Yams. Hearing me on Mix 102.1 FM or your favorite TGF_Yams. With the two S's, we're back with Island Ish right here on Superior Talk. So make sure you're following the page. We're going live.
And our question of the day, George, how
Mm.
old is too old? When we can give this up? You just mentioned just now for Michael Pintard, it might have been best for him to try work this out with Menace. So we ain't gotta go through all this squabbling, looking bad in the public. And I almost agree with you. And probably I could have given him something, but the only thing this man wants is to be prime minister. What I can't give you something what I ain't got. And I'm not gonna give you something what I want. So therefore, the best thing I could do is try muscle you out. I ain't giving you this, I ain't giving you that, I ain't giving you nothing. But Menace what? Almost 70? When you going home?
He already 70. He's minus
Okay? If when you going
minus
home,
71, I think. Or so.
how old Brave is? Brave what, 75?
70, 75.
He got another 5 years. We can have an 80-year-old prime minister, George.
Yeah.
And, and to all them people out there who up in age, y'all ain't coming for me. I'm sorry. Y'all ain't go carry y'all behind home. I'm sorry. After a while, you get to a point. 80 years old is too old to be leading a nation you don't know nothing about. You and the 20-year-old who voting for the first time ain't got nothing in common. You can't say
Yeah.
nothing to him to help him. You're speaking two different languages. Can't even the little simple things you see going on here. You can't even cash up. You can't send no money. I gotta go in the bank and write all kind of things. The CYI, KYI, all these things I gotta do just to do little simple things when I watching my cousin them who in another place doing these left, right, and center. And these
Mm.
important things to the young people. But you don't care because I don't have to pay for nothing. I'm the prime minister. This ain't right. How
No.
old is too old, George? Tell me. Let me know. Tell me.
Well, in the Bahamas, apparently no age is too old, right? To run for prime minister. Now, I like to do analysis. Look, let's look at the the demographics. Let's look at the other prime ministers, some of the more eloquent prime ministers in the Caribbean. We have Jamaica has a young prime minister. I think Holness still in his early 50s or some 50s. Um, Mia Motley, who's Barbados, who's probably the best, one up there. Like everybody love Mia. Mia's vibrant, dancing. She interact with the young people good. She what right? She is still relevant. She's in touch with the young, the old, because she's kind of in the middle, and she has that experience. These people are in that middle area. They have the experience, they have the energy, they have the complete package, they have the enthusiasm. It isn't politicians who've been in power for 40 years in the house and right tired. And like you said, I don't have nothing against the elderly people, but we retire. We have ages for retirement of Supreme Court judges, across the civil service. Every place else we have ages where, yeah, it's time to go home. Take your pockets, take your golden handshake. And I think in Brave's case, he will. I believe I can say this without fear of contradiction. He will be the oldest prime minister candidate running for prime minister, right? And we saw what happened in the U.S. This before his last election with Joe Biden. 75. Sorry, Joe Biden started to decline. Mental health issue, not mental health issues, but yeah, the dementia started to kick in, right? They and that caused them the election, the Democrats, big time to the end because they couldn't hide it no more, right? We start to see this person declining, and then again, I wasn't one to laugh at it, but that's what happened with a lot of older people. They
Yeah.
they coming down, right? Their best years behind them. I'll say what you want. I forget this. You're old as you feel, and look,
No,
Brave
no,
can
no, no.
still dance and kill the roach and what, right? But
They
but
only could
that
dance
don't
that
mean
one.
he's the best suited person for the job. Now we're seeing that with the current president, we're seeing some instances. We're seeing people sleeping on the job. We're seeing them say some things what ain't really making sense, right? And the office of a prime minister is very demanding, very very demanding, right? And if it's not someone in it isn't putting in those hours, I mean they're not doing the best job, right? You're up all day, up all morning. Brave them sometimes um, meeting people from morning to evening, from sunrise to sunset, and so it's a very demanding, taxing situation on someone, particularly at that age. And if you look at the people, look at just the candidates that are running around Brave those. Most of the people, probably average age is probably, I don't know, but 50, 55, right? You have a lot of young people. So if you have that as your average age, why you have the oldest person in history leading this, right? And again, we on the cutting edge of everything. Technology, AI is a threat, all these things, and not to say the older person don't know because but again, you generally not as interested in some of these new technologies because in your own mind, you're not even gonna be around
Yep.
probably for it. That's for your children and stuff to worry about. So why not put someone in office who looking not only at the future of the Bahamas um, after they gone, but part of the future that they actually intend likely to be a part of, right? And so So I am all for at a certain age, and this is across the board. I at a certain age, moving, let's make room for the younger people. And we retired all of our former prime ministers, except for ministers who they just was trying to get rid of it, right? Finland was retired predominantly because he been in the game too long. To go to a prime minister as Finland was and go down history, he stayed behind past his shelf life, right? Um, Ingram, the same thing. Ingram man came back, got enough, but eventually retired. People, the Bombers had had enough of him. All right, you pass, and again, they probably were still in their 60s, early 70s. I don't think no one went beyond say when they were retired. Christie was the last one with that. When he tried to come back again, oh well, I have to stay in charge of the and it also sends a bad signal to me with these older leaders when you have all these young people who you supposed to have been mentoring and stuff, and you can't pass the torch. You got to die in office. Nobody has voluntarily given up this power yet, right? They all went out and smoked in the election, and it I mean, it's something that voters should consider. Any job, I think you should consider health, and I think, and again, I think Brave had some health scare some years ago. I don't know his health condition now. A younger person could be unhealthy too, but I think everyone should be subject to full disclosure. What is your condition to go another 5 years? We ain't saying another 5 minutes, 5 rounds. We talking about 5 more years on this job. We about to sign, renew your contract. It's like renewing LeBron now for another 5 years. The Lakers, we do it 41. We really want to put you on a big contract for the next 5 years. And if you use that analogy, although this is sports with physical abilities, right? We know at a certain age those physical abilities decline. And the greatest LeBron is you have start to see that decline. He's not playing back-to-back games now, so you have to nurse these people. So
Yep.
you, no matter what you say, you getting a fraction. Have to try and make. Brave got to go to bed now probably a certain time.
Oh,
Have to eat.
yeah.
Right? Yeah. I mean, it's just a reality of life, and people need to consider these things when you putting leaders in place as well.
How old was Quinlan when he became premier?
Prime Minister? Well, it might have been. Yeah, Pinland. I know
Yeah.
Pinland was a young man. I can't remember. I was
Okay.
supposed to look that
30,
up, but
37 years old.
okay.
37-year-old man was running this place.
Yep.
Why is it when these people get in power, they forget all the foolishness they do? When they go on throw the mace out the window, when they go
Yep.
on strike, they go on do it was the Burma Road riot. All these things they do
Yep.
to get some kind of result of whoever was depressing them. When we do it now, we being disrespectful. Oh, you don't do that. These people could be your daddy. Some of them people could have been Finland daddy too. He didn't care. It was something that the country needed, and at that time he felt he was the right person for it, and he
Yep.
went for it. The minute a young person come, oh, you gotta wait your turn. You young, you got no why? I ain't gotta wait on nothing. The only thing promised to me, if I was born, I can die. That's it. You ain't coming here telling me I must wait my turn. Turn for what? This is
Yep.
ridiculous, and y'all don't know nothing. Y'all don't know the difference between a microchip and a potato chip. And this world is getting too technical for y'all to be sitting here, and you got these young children them just frustrated. They
Yep.
go away, they don't want to come back because when they go away, they see how life really is and how life's supposed to be moving, how life's supposed to be evolving. We sitting up
Hello.
here just sit like we waiting to die.
Who were the last two good presidents of the United States? Clinton and Obama.
Yep,
They were young men. Clinton went
yep,
in at 50 something. Obama 40 something when he went in
yep,
again. As Obama still, he already been out of office and still not old as Brave, right? He's still a young
exactly.
man, right? So you know, it might sound people. We need to. We're a sophisticated jurisdiction now. We had independence for many years. We're over half a century, right? We need to have adult conversations. Forget this, I like you and all this stuff, right? nobody is bigger than the program, and you need to start setting standards and setting timelines. It's a fact that a lot of these younger people. I was telling my wife the other day. I said, "You ever realize that all these good artists, all the famous artists, if you look at them, most of their biggest hits came early on in their life, the 20s, 30s, when they were. Some of them have about 10 albums after you never. Even Michael Jackson, his best music was in the 80s and whatever, right? Like if you look at all of these things, I think I was looking at it. Was it Otis Redding or someone died in 20 something yet? And I was like, this dude only was that old when he died, right? Tupac, Biggie, all of these people, right? So there's something in the Bible talk about young men, you call because you're strong and all this. The old man dream of it. And there's a role for everybody in society. At a certain age, you become a consultant, you become a mentor, you decrease so that the other people can increase. And right? And so some people get, oh well, this person have experience and the steady hand, so they want trust it with someone, but you have to allow the younger generation to come up as a natural progression. Um, the older people, like I said, they can still have a role, but you're not gonna have to compete governor general. We put all kind of old.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, right? We already give that to the old people, but now if we start to set this trend with having these old prime ministers, now they got to go run behind holiness, and I mean these people. I mean, there's a different energy when you see some of the youthful prime ministers, presidents running up Air Force One, and these dudes falling up down the stairs.
George, I want you. I'm gonna start a new party, and I need you to be the chairman of my new party. The new party is the DYP, the Democratic Young Youth Party, the DIP. We only having people from 18 to 55. That's it.
Well, you can do 60. You ain't gotta go that.
I
You ain't
don't
gotta go that
know, no. Then they can want us flipping there with 61 or give me no 55. That's the only, and call it ageism, whatever you want to call it. I don't care. You ain't coming in here old to think you can spend in here old. No, you ain't gonna happen. When you get 55, you're out. You can't run no more. You can consult. You can't run no more. You can't hold no office. You can't do nothing. Move out the way. And that's the only way I think we can get. So join me, the Bahamian people, and the DYP, and we can be running next election. And this what we can do. 18 to 55. That's it. If you don't fall underneath that, don't come. I telling you, do not come. We ain't want you.
I don't want the 18-year-olds either, to be honest.
That's what they got to roll.
They got a role. They being the young people like that. There's something to say about the too young as well. Yeah, I need you with some experience.
You still need them. You got to start growing them, George. You can't run from them. They can be there.
No, they can be on their phone, do my texting. And,
that's the world they live in. That's fine. They grow.
I need them to pay attention. I need some people who can focus. I need some people with some.
That's where the 30-year-olds and the 40-year-olds come in. We got that. But you still got to bring them up no matter what. So join me in the DYP for the next election, 2031. We'll be there. So anyway, let's talk about, boy, time to go. Let's do our bongia today, George. You can see the stress, right?
I can't believe you on this.
I don't forget but this, George. I don't forget but it, right? Okay, I guess I owe it. Because the first lady of the church was the moral compass, was someone I could look up and say, boy, I want my daughter to be like her. I want my daughter to act like her. I want my daughter to be reflected from her to say, hey, you see how that woman dressed? You see how that woman look? You see how that woman? I want my daughter like that. I want my daughter like that, George. Not that.
You want the first lady to tell your daughter if she sneak out and she see a mess, don't be like that. Don't put that on. How you?
Pastor Bryant, every man gotta go for themselves. And if you want your wife come out like that, and George, for me and you, if we want our wife come out like that, I ain't no pastor. I think I's no role model to anybody. If my wife little sexy, she can pull that off. That's fine. But for a man of the cloth, you cannot or you should not have your wife looking like that. Cause George, I just go to church and I see some of these girls and some of these dresses and these things in church. They just distracting me, man. I'm trying to stay safe.
You, that's
I,
when you go on the church board not to see these things. You come at
exactly.
the club for those things.
I trying to stay safe, trying to stay as close to the Lord as possible. And she got the
Yeah.
tightest dress she could find.
Mm,
Walking up and down the aisle. Oh, brother Sweeten, you all right? No, I ain't all right. Come from me. The devil is in you. Get from round me. And I trying to
mm.
stay safe, George. But now,
Yep.
when you got the first lady of the church looking so, what you expect the other people to do? What you think them other guys? What you think them other guys can put on? Good God from Zion, and she put it on that. What you think they can put on, George?
Boy.
And the man say he buy the dress. He ain't got a problem with
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lord, what say ye, George? Because I give up.
I they're making it hard, very, 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 very hard uh, for people going to church these days because there's so much denominations, there's so much this and that, there's so much new culture hype that where is the divine line now between Christian? What is a Christian now? Is more because, like you said, they're saying, "Oh, Jesus, I could wear what I want. You're all too close-minded. Man, come out and row people. You're all jealous of my wife, and this too bad of your wife ain't look out." And I don't know what P Diddy this is. You exhibition your wife. You want other fellas to think I'm like right. I don't know why you parading your wife for my enjoyment, right? Like. Infoflex. And then they cover this stupid stuff like, oh well, it's the illusion, or this wasn't see through. It just looked like she was see through. That make any sense to me, right? So why would you give the illusion of something
Yeah,
that you might as well go with the see through,
yeah.
like one time.
Give me the truth.
So
Give me the real
obviously
truth.
that's what yeah. So obviously that's the look you were going for, and like you said, to get mad at people. What I don't like is and again, I'm without trying to be over religious, right? Like if you run in a church and anybody, right, even as a man, we have our ego and whatever, right? And a lot of times we do things and someone pull us aside or something and say, "Boy, look, man, Carlo, yeah, you act the fool tonight. You ain't gotta carry on like that, you whatever, right?" And instead of all the time, "Rah, rah, rah, boy, yeah, you like man, you know, you jealous of me because I just that, right? I no, some people literally coming from a place of concern,
Yes,
and
yes.
as our brothers keepers in Christ and everything else, we're called to. You can't tell a Christian nothing now, and again, it's a fine line between staying out of my business and saying, "Boy, you're on your way to hell like that. You just ain't giving out what you think is given, right?" And I think sometimes you should sit back and reflect. The wise man used to come and say, um, I bought this for my wife. I didn't think anything of it at the time. It clearly offended some people. We take
Mhm.
that on board. It may have been an error in discretion, or maybe next time, yeah, we wasn't going to church. We thought the paparazzi catch us. We was going out for the night and doing something fun, spice up things at home.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
With that.
yeah, but but noted. We next time, but to come and cuss out people and rat them out and say, "Man, forget you. Y'all ain't used to nothing. Y'all ain't." that dude carry on bad. And again, if it was coming from someone else, but that Jamal Pastor Brian has a rap sheet. This was the third wife. Like you got a bunch of. You Google him on the internet. You got a seven children floating around. So people also know come at you like that because of it's you. All right. And again, I think if some other pastors would have taken, you only fan the flames, trying to justify and going on these talk shows. And again, what I don't like now with social media and stuff, people realize that any news, whether good or bad, affects the algorithm. So they get popular and they probably make money off of that, right? With members, followers, additional and stuff, they probably get off of that and the invites because ain't nobody was stuff. Right? And because of money and this love of money and attention now, people willing to overlook this reputation. Hey, they're looking at it, we just make some money off it. What else we could do to show, right? Because when we was talking about Jesus died to save, we wasn't getting this. You just get 10,000 new members, followers on online. So that's the problem. What we face in today is like there's no more the moral compass. Everybody want the bling, everybody want attention. The people in the church want to be celebrities and superstars. We saw the Drewski skit. We could get into that later on with more church, right? And and when they say that it ain't a problem, the fact that people talking about the dress
Yeah.
when they're supposed to be talking about Christ and have they that should make you stop and say, whatever my intention, this ain't about me. This is not about me and my wife and whatever. This is about God. Let's get the focus back on God. To the extent that this is a distraction, we're not going to do it anymore, right? Let's move on to something else. They could have killed that right there. Yeah, boom. But the fan the flames, and you have weeks of debate on TV, but the dress, whether you right, the church just fighting again. A lot of women like my body, my choice. So we, you know, can't say nothing to me. What I ain't say nothing but the dress. She looked good, girl. She looked good. If I had a book, yeah, we don't care how good you look. Right? You ain't look no better than nobody else's wife.
Exactly.
Everybody wife a certain way to them. So don't get into your ego and stuff and say, boy, yeah, because just because I hot. Yeah,
Thank
it
you.
wasn't about that.
No. And I can tell the world my wife is beautiful. My wife is sexy. I love my wife. But you ain't giving nobody no illusion of you being naked. Come now. Fix yourself. Govern yourself. Fix. Come. So that's my bungie of today, George. It's been a wonderful show. The show went by kind of quickly. I like these kind of shows. PLP, FNM, y'all keep it up. Give us some things to talk about. I love it. We had some other topics we were supposed to go into, but we ran over. That's perfect. I love it. We'll talk with them next week. So, on behalf of What's Going On and George Missick, I would like to y'all to watch Superior Talk on this YouTube channel. Monday we have Sword Sharpeners. Tuesday we have Let's Talk and what's going on. Wednesday we have Off the Bench, a sports podcast. Thursday we have Island Dish, and just to tell you, Island Dish has been nominated for Podcast of the Year. Yamis, great job. You did a wonderful job. So that goes to show you that, yeah, we a small channel, but we creating big things. So congratulations to Yamis and Island Dish. They're doing a great job. George, I'd like to thank you for helping me co-host this show. You're doing a great job. And I'd like to tell everybody keep watching and watch next week when we tell you what's going on.